Do you know that the two little glands that sit right on top of your kidneys are your body's own personal first responders and play a pivotal role in just how vital you feel? My name is Mary Sheila, and I'm a board-certified holistic nutritionist and Ayurvedic practitioner. Today, I'm going to be sharing 3 ways to support your adrenals on a daily basis, even if you have been experiencing more stress. And seriously, who hasn't? Do you know that your adrenals come to your aid every time you experience stress? That includes what you most commonly think of as being stressed out because of everything going on in your life, but also stress like staying up too late, fighting off a cold or flu, eating something you are allergic to, being exposed to a virus, or injuring your shoulder and having pain. Those are all stressors in the body, and your adrenals come to your defense each and every time. These little guys are a part of your whole hormonal system, and they truly are your body's first responders, and they can get worn out and fatigued. Have you ever heard of adrenal fatigue, or have you gotten to a place where you feel worn down? Do you struggle falling or staying asleep, or getting out of bed in the morning? Do you crave sugar and salt, or you've gained weight? Is your body more sensitive to sugar and you can feel blood sugar swings as they happen? Or have you started having more digestive issues, or a thyroid diagnosis, or even a diagnosis of an autoimmune condition? These are all signs that your first responders need a break and proper nourishment. And by taking steps to nourish them, you will actually be supporting your entire hormonal or endocrine system. So it's truly a win-win. I find that the more we do to care for these glands, we literally set ourselves up for success when it comes to our overall health, including our immune system, aging gracefully, maintaining strong bones, and having more energy and vitality. I am going to be teaching a whole Vitality Masterclass on the adrenals, which includes recipe handouts, a mini adrenal manual with specific nutrient recommendations, and in addition to the on-demand masterclass that you'll have access to as soon as you sign up, there will be a live Q&A where you can ask me additional questions. And if you can't make it live, you can send me your questions ahead of time and I'll answer them on the call, and you can catch the replay. After watching this video, just scroll down and register for the masterclass, where I go even deeper on how your adrenals work and how to nourish them to restore your energy and vitality, as well as boosting your immune system. But for now, I want to get started with learning a little bit more about how these glands work, and I'll share 3 ways you can support them on a daily basis. About 10 years ago, when I started learning about the adrenals, that's when I knew I was onto something, and as I dove in, it became very personal for me. The doctor I was studying with took a look at my own adrenal test and used it as an example in the class of someone whose adrenals were shot. It was definitely overwhelming for me to hear him talk about this person who was me, but it was also validating because it put things into perspective for me. I was exhausted and I was so quick to get sick those days, and I had definitely put on weight, and I knew I was experiencing blood sugar issues. I was also relieved because I knew there was a path forward with whole foods, lifestyle changes, and specialized nutrients that target the adrenals and give them exactly what they need to do their job. The adrenals not only support us to manage stress levels, they also help to regulate electrolyte balance, blood pressure, and as we age and our ovaries shut down, the adrenals take over, making a small amount of sex hormones like estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. So we definitely want them to be nice and juicy through all the stages of our lives. These little glands operate on a circadian rhythm. We produce more cortisol in the morning, which is like being given units of energy to set us up for the day, and less at night, because less cortisol at night makes it easier to fall asleep. Our entire hormonal system and each gland that is a part of it has rhythms. They release hormones in response to keeping us balanced, but also they have optimal times they release hormones as part of the circadian rhythm of the body, keeping us homeostatic, which is what makes us human. We're all about the same temperature. We generally sleep at night. We have optimal blood sugar balance numbers and optimal blood pH. That's the fine tuning of our hormonal system that makes humans humans. So if you're watching this and you feel like you could use a little boost to your adrenals, here are the 3 steps you can take to keep them nourished. Number 1, if you are on the intermittent fasting bandwagon, which I am a big fan of and practice myself, however, if you are feeling fatigued and tired and really struggle with cravings in the afternoon, I encourage you to eat your breakfast earlier and make it a good, substantial breakfast with quality proteins, fats, and fiber, and a little starch. A good breakfast is going to set you up for success, specifically your blood sugar. When your blood sugar is balanced, that is one less stress for your adrenal glands. Since you haven't eaten since the night before, you're still going into your first meal in a fasted state, but rather than waiting during the day to eat, you can get your hormonal system fed and nourished. This is especially true if you are someone who already struggles with hormonal imbalance like low thyroid function. A longer fast can lead to more stress for the adrenals and the thyroid. You can always stop eating earlier in the evening, have an earlier breakfast, and still create the fast you are looking for. The second tip I'd like to share is this. Think about what happens when you or someone you love gets sick. What is one of the first nutrients that comes to mind? To take it as a preventative or to help someone heal quicker. Did you guess vitamin C? If you do, there's a reason for that. Since the adrenals are our first responders, of course they're going to be showing up when there is something to fight. A lot of vitamin C is stored in the adrenal glands, and we tend to use it up when the body is under more stress, i.e., fighting something. So when you are stressed, you want to take more vitamin C because they are on the scene supporting the immune response. So taking vitamin C directly supports them and the job they're doing. And since we're using it up more and losing more, we want to replenish. I recommend 500 milligrams at a time, which can be taken several times a day. And anytime you know they are working overtime, you can take extra vitamin C, like when you are more stressed, or if you've had a bad night's sleep, or if you've just got a lot on your plate. I'll be sharing some of my favorite brands in the Adrenal Manual, especially ones with added flavonoids, which make the vitamin C more bioavailable. And you can also translate this to eating more fresh fruits and veggies. Raw and uncooked is where you'll find vitamin C on your plate. The third nutrient that is extra supportive to the adrenals is something that actually supports the lining of the gut and is very mineralizing to the body, which also supports the adrenals in a few ways. You've likely heard of leaky gut. To sum it up simply, if you think of your digestive tract as you would plumbing in a home, you do not want any leaks, right? If you do, you're going to get mold and mildew and likely some nasty stuff coming out of your pipes where you don't want it to be. Well, it's the same way in the body. We don't want those things to come out of the digestive tract and into the bloodstream. Only when food is totally broken down do we want it leaving the digestive tract. That way it's benign, it's not seen as a foreign invader in the body, and there's no need for an immune response that will include the adrenals. But if you've been under stress or have noticed more digestive issues, chances are the lining of the gut could be thinner and more susceptible to being leaky, or even have an opportunistic parasite or microbe taking up residence. The more stressed we are, the more cortisol from the adrenals is released and the thinner of the lining of the gut. Something you can add on a daily basis or at least a few times a week is a mineral-rich broth. I am a big fan of bone broth, but it can also be a mineralizing vegetable broth as well. The mineral-rich liquid is so soothing to the digestive tract, and the minerals will support your body's mineral and electrolyte balance. I love my broth like a cup of tea, and as a mom, I sneak it into soups and stews and beans and grains when I cook them. If you sign up for the masterclass, I have included 2 of my favorite broth recipes and a delicious, nourishing stew. It's simple to sign up, you'll have access to everything instantly, and you'll learn so many other adrenal pearls that you can apply to your life to support you in feeling your best. These are stressful times. You deserve to know what to do to nourish your best asset, which is you. You know, put your own oxygen mask on first, right? Here's your chance to learn what you can do. More than anything though, what I hope you got out of this time watching this video is truly how important your adrenals are and the 3 simple ways to care for them. I truly believe the more we know about how the body works, the more we can thrive. We weren't taught these things growing up, and much of what we were taught is actually wrong. So it's my mission to educate and support my community to wellness and vitality. The more you know, the more you can do and support yourself. The more you can live your life with the foundation of health that is there for you to do the things you are meant to do in this life. Thanks for watching, and I hope you join me for the Vitality Masterclass, and I'll see you on the inside.